There's a part of me that makes it hard to see the world today. I often turn to comfort in these times. With my freaks and my geeks, I'll walk hard into the day. Helps to say fuck the lemons and bail. The cable guy will keep me warm on Talladega nights. When the world is feeling super bad, it makes me feel alright. The wanderlust just takes my mind off what's going on right now. Honey, I'm just a nerd for Apatow. Honey, I'm just a nerd for Apatow.
I'm Ethan Yeshaya, and this is Apatow Nerd. My guest today, Nick Costa, is someone that you've actually heard before because he wrote the theme song to this podcast. He's an amazing singer-songwriter. He's an amazing guy. He knows a lot about comedy. He knows a lot about movies. But most of all, he knows a lot about music. So who's better to talk about the movie Walk Hard than someone who's seen it way too many times? Here he is, Nick Costa.
I was saying that we in this house have been all about the Italian okay. The okay.
Okay.
Okay. We've been doing that a lot.
You're Sicilian Italian.
So yeah,
Is that even a correct term, Sicilian Italian, or would it just be Sicilian?
Sicilian.
Okay.
There's very strong feelings about that. But,
okay. I'm sorry.
But also I have people from Napoli, so it's both.
I like how
I am Sicilian Italian.
When you're from Sicily, you pronounce Napoli.
I'm also from Stillwater, Minnesota. So
I was like, Napoli, is that your way of getting back at Italy?
Yeah, right. For taking over. Yeah.
We call it Napoli. We call it Paisa.
Paisa. Okay.
Okay, paisata.
Okay.
There's my friend, I have this friend, Alex Aronovich, and he was cooler than
Italian?
I am. Was it?
Is that Italian?
He was a Russian Jewish guy.
The name is very much not Italian.
But he was cooler in high school than I am now, and probably ever will be. He smoked weed before anybody I knew. He knew all the cool bands. He played guitar. He was always going to weird European film festivals, and he was the head of the film department at at a college, but at our high school, he had the film club, and we would show these really obscure movies. And he brought a group of popular kids and me inexplicably to a showing of an Italian comedy at the Italian Film Festival called Basilicata Coast to Coast.
Okay.
And I bought it on DVD because it was so funny. But then the DVD didn't work because it was one of those super DVDs or something.
Oh, sure.
But I still have it. I still have the physical.
You still have it.
Basilicata Coast to Coast.
We'll never know what's on it. But
no, I remember the film because it was hilarious, but it was a musical road trip comedy.
Okay.
I actually think you would love it if we can find it
Probably.
somewhere. We got to do it.
Chances are good. Yeah.
Shout out Basilicata Coast to Coast from 2011 or whatever.
There we go.
So, first of all, thank you so much for your amazing theme song.
Yeah.
So if you guys are listening past the 30-second mark, you've heard Nick's incredible theme song. I'm somewhat of a songwriter myself. I have a couple songs out there, but I was just I want someone really good to write the theme song, someone clever. And you were clever because you put, titles of his films as lyrics that mean something else than what the title of the movie meant. It was just beautiful. I was sitting at the Largo Theater in Los Angeles waiting for Pete Holmes, and he ended up having stomach flu and didn't show up to the show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, and it was, but Ray Romano was the best comedian I've ever seen.
Oh, so, yeah, okay.
Yeah, well, it was fine. And Joe Mandy and Nick Kroll, and yeah, it was amazing.
Oh, that's a great
Kumail
night, yeah.
Nanjiani, it was sick. Yeah, it was sick.
Unreal.
It was okay. If Pete hears this, why would Pete hear this? If Pete hears this, he can know that it was okay. Like we were okay because the comedians were so good. So it was great. But you sent me like the scratch demo of the song, of the theme song, and I was just sitting in my seat waiting for the show to start, and I started crying in a crowd. And I was I listened to it like 3 times in a row. I thought the lyrics are so beautiful, and like there's literal ICE agents in Minneapolis terrorizing the community, and this podcast kind of feels random right now, and it was a perfect way to like kind of meld those two things that are, like the world can be on fire and you can still watch an Apatow flick, and like it makes life worth living, it's like, so it was beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of mentioned, there was like a line, I forgot which line, what you had a line like ready to go, and it kind of was just essentially being like,
what's happening now?
What's happening now? Yeah, I said what's going on right now instead. So I took some creative liberties. But yeah, no, it kind of just made me think about like, we're watching like the daily horrors every day.
Yeah.
And like stuff's rough for everybody at the moment. But like it's always so weird finding your little moments of joy and like finding where those are in times like that. And so like I resonated
that's so cool,
really hard with that. And so like
that's so cool, man.
The little demo I sent you was like, I started writing the song probably like 3 minutes before I recorded that. It just was like, boom, there's the song. That's done.
You whipped it out fast. I feel like the day I asked you to do
it was the same day. I was like, oh yeah, I think I have an idea. And then I just went home and was just like, oh yeah, I got it.
The cable guy will keep me warm on Talladega nights. When the world is feeling super bad, it makes me feel all right. It's just like, it's so weird that can be emotional, which actually ties to the movie we're talking about today. Because can I get to the end real quick and then we can backtrack?
It's your show, my friend.
Dude, I teared up at the final scene of Walk Hard, and I didn't know. It's a parody, right? It's a parody of music, or it's maybe satire, but it has the feel of a parody. Am I right about that? Yeah.
So like it is and it isn't. So I mean, like it's like a parody on most music biopics, but it came out right after Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie.
And Ray was only a few years earlier than that.
And so there's all these tropes that all these biopics, like music biopics, fall into, and they nail it so perfectly, where like I've never been able to watch another music biopic the same way.
No, and it's like it even makes Ray, I've always said Ray is like the only good one, and it even makes Ray feel silly. Like it's just sometimes like it really like the fact that he couldn't hear, or no, he didn't have a sense of smell. I was like, oh, that's like the blind part of Ray, and like they nailed all these parts. But I want to talk about real quick about what made me so emotional. We'll spoil a lot of this movie, so
yes,
the final scene is almost kind of like the most recent version of that is like Jay Kelly, where it's like someone is kind of towards the end of their life, having a big performance and then thinking back to all the things in their career that made them who they are.
Right.
And it was like really emotional for me.
Yeah,
like,
sure.
Why am I crying at Walk Hard?
It's also like very silly, like at the same time,
So what point in your life were you first aware of Judd Apatow as a person in any context?
Oh man. That's a great question. I think it was probably, I saw Anchorman in theaters.
Yep.
And that was probably it.
Okay. And you noticed his name in the credits and stuff like that. He had an awareness.
I think that was kind of, at least for people who are I don't remember when Anchorman came out, but I was, in junior high or something, high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that was kind of when like people my age started being like, oh, we gotta like watch out for this guy because this movie is like all of our personalities now. Like this is it.
I was lucky that I was aware of Freaks and Geeks when I was, because I basically like saw Freaks and Geeks right before all these movies came out. And then of course a lot of the actors on Freaks and Geeks were featured in, Pineapple Express and, Superbad, all these movies.
I didn't watch Freaks and Geeks until like, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Or something. And I felt
That's
like I
my
missed
favorite
out.
show of all time.
Yeah, it's so good. I mean, it's a perfect show.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, I remember seeing that and just being like, oh man, I really missed out. Like this was really great. And I think that also I think that people kind of, when they think of Judd Apatow, they think of like Anchorman and, 40-Year-Old Virgin and like those kinds of like very silly movies. But like Freaks and Geeks is such a good intersection of like being funny and having a lot of heart and like having great storytelling.
Yeah.
Which like, man, some of those Apatow movies are like really brilliantly told.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, there's something to like having a profoundly stupid movie.
Yeah.
And like there's that, like that's great.
Yeah. But it's never just that. Like
no,
there's always something really special in these movies. Like I haven't seen all of them. Like there's a couple, I haven't seen the Heavyweights yet.
You hadn't seen Rock Hard.
I hadn't seen it since middle school, and the last time I watched it, I was in middle school. I had a friend named I might bleep it out, Ben, and he was this really great guy. He had long hair and a beard, and he was an 8th grader, and he was our age, but he just looked way older.
That was me,
and he was the coolest, nicest, funniest dude. And we would a bunch of guys would come hang out at his house like every weekend, sometimes weekdays. And his older brother was like the town drug dealer. So there was always like the weirdest. So I was in 8th grade, and I would be like sitting on a couch with like 2 40-year-old dudes, like that are just like waiting to get their stuff. and so I just remember like it was always chaos in their house, but it was a very loving household. So it was like everyone was really sweet to each other. They were actually, as a family, they were really close with each other. The parents were a little bit more lenient, clearly, on what they allowed their kids to do. But it's a weird philosophical thing where it's just like you see that these people are still really close with their parents, and it's like maybe sometimes extra leniency leads to a beautiful connection.
It's odd. It's odd how that works sometimes. I think we all had that friend though.
Yeah.
Where you'd go over to their house and just like anything kind of flew. Like, I had a friend who I'd go over to his house, and it was always the older brother that like was the gateway, right?
Especially in Massachusetts, they were all like, yikes.
This was in Stillwater, Minnesota, so it was whatever. But like I had a friend who like his brother would just like leave, and then like he'd leave his CD wallet out or whatever. And we would listen to like Dr. Dre and Slipknot and like all these things that like I wasn't really allowed to listen to. And like that, and we would like turn it down really quiet and like, so that nobody knew we were listening to it, and just be like, yeah, this is awesome. We also, and like, it was also like movies and stuff like that. Like he would rent, like Don't Be a Menace and stuff like that. We'd watch that and just be like, oh man, I am not allowed to watch this, but this is so funny.
So I had a number of friends that were kind of my exposure to R-rated movies before, like my parents let me watch it. But you know what's actually funny now that I think about it? The kind of like stepping stone for my parents to finally like give up on the idea of trying to not let me watch R-rated movies was actually the movie Knocked Up. And
interesting.
My sister had it on DVD, and I was like, fuck this. Like, I'm not allowed to watch this movie that I grew up watching all these, actors. Yeah. Jason Segel's in it. Seth Rogen's in it. Like Judd Apatow directed it. Like I knew who Judd was. I was like, I have to see this movie. So I had a mini DVD player, and I snuck it in my room, and my dad came into my room and like walked in on me as if I was like masturbating, and I was like under the covers watching Knocked Up, and he like yelled at me pretty good. But then like a week later, he was just like, what can I do? Like, whatever, at this point, just watch whatever you want. And he was like mad about it. But I was just like, Yeah, I will. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Like
Man,
all these movies are coming out.
It.
It was like the golden age of like modern comedy. Like I was living it. I wanted to see them all. So I did after that.
Good. Yeah, no, that's awesome. I think for me that was kind of like the giving point was Blink-182. Like
that record.
Once we found it, and like we had the live record too, which is so much more crass. Like it is heinous. And I would max out the volume on my boombox listening to that. So like there's no way to avoid like my mom knew what we were listening to. And it was like very, very bad. But I think at that point she's just like, this is what they like. This is what they want to do. So like whatever. But yeah.
I have a story about that album. What's the album that has a nurse, like a slutty nurse on the cover?
Enema of the State.
Enema of the State. That's the famous one, right?
Well, there's many famous ones.
But that's like the big one, right?
That's like all the
That's
small
the
things
American Idiot of that band, right?
That's so interesting to hear you say that's the one for Green Day.
Isn't that the kind of the one that blew them up the most?
Dookie.
But that was... But didn't American Idiot, like, wasn't that, what, didn't they kind of explode?
That was like a second wind. Dookie was like...
okay. So I don't know.
Dookie was like Basket Case, When I Come Around.
Listeners, I'm not a pop punk guy. I'm talking to a pop punk, like, sociologist. So, But my story with...
Unfortunately.
my story with Enema of the State, it was like infamous among like moms of like, oh, make sure your kid doesn't get that record. It's basically like porn in there. It's like, it's like really like risque pictures. It's like a slutty nurse wearing almost nothing. So of course, I was in third grade. I was interested, and I overheard my mom talking about it with her friend because my sister and her friend Katie, our neighbor, like had that album and were like looking at it. And I remember my mom saying, I'm so glad I get to tell this story on a podcast because I never had an outlet for it. I remember my mom saying to her friend, and the woman was wearing a TS. And I went across the street to my best friend at the time, who was this guy who was 5 years older than me. He was an eighth grader and I was in third grade. He definitely taught me too much at too early of an age, but let's just... He also made me laugh a lot. So I went up to my neighbor across the street and I said, what's a TS? And he's like, use it in a sentence. And I was like, it's a slutty nurse who's not wearing a lot of clothing and she's wearing a TS. My mom said that she's wearing a TS. And he just like thinks for a minute and he goes, a thong suit? And to this day, I want to get married in a thong suit. I mean, I already got married, but maybe I should have worn a thong. If I renew the vows, I'm wearing a TS, baby.
Yeah. Bust out the TS. Did you ever find out what that means?
No, I should ask my mom because she might have been like, I have no like. Yeah, I think she was just kind of like, maybe she was just trying to spell out a word and I missed a bunch of letters or something.
Sure.
But I just remember I was like a TS, and Brian was like, a thong suit?
That's so funny. The pictures in that like aren't that risque.
They're not that bad, right? There's
like
no
the guys
even
are in their underwear.
Yeah. Is there a PP or nipples or anything?
No. Well, okay. I mean they
have their nipples.
They don't. It's them. Yeah, they're
male.
They were in their
nipplage.
underwear all the time to promote that album, but because they were like the naked guy band. That was like their shtick for a minute.
Yeah, I mean, what came first, them or Chili Peppers when it comes to nudity?
Oh, it was Chili Peppers first.
Chili Peppers, my God.
But they had put clothes on, at least most of them.
If you want to hear Nick and I talk about Chili Peppers, there is an hour-long podcast that he produces, and I got to be a guest talking about my favorite Chili Peppers album. And we really go into it, the good and the bad. So
we even did a song.
Oh, that's right. Oh my God. Yeah, we like performed a Chili Pepper song at the end of the... You guys should go and listen to that one. It's amazing.
It was good. It was good.
We did a good job. I can say it's amazing. Yeah. So back to Walk Hard. I want to, I don't have like a structure for this, but I did make a lot of notes. But it might be boring to read all the notes, but I want to read some things that I wrote. the first thing I wrote was a quote, Dewey needs to think about his entire life before he plays. I really loved when they did a flashback to his childhood. It was clearly John C. Reilly, like, Did you notice that? Like, it was like,
but it's like the field.
Yeah, the shot of the field. It sounded like, I don't know if it was supposed to be like a spiritual or like old Southern music or.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the, like, I don't even know if that was him, because they got a couple
It wasn't?
They had a couple musicians. So like, there's a songwriter named Mike Viola, who's like one of the main.
I went to see him at 7th Street.
Yeah. So Mike Viola is
really
the guy.
great.
He wrote these songs.
No way.
Yeah. And so like the when he's like learning the blues.
Yeah.
And like the guy,
he says, I wrote down the quote. He says,
I've done a bad
thing.
Cut my brother in half.
Yeah,
that's Mike Viola.
That's him singing?
That's Mike Viola singing that.
Oh my God. Because I know he did the music for that that thing you do, right?
He did That Thing You Do as with Adam Schlesinger from Fountains of Wayne. That was That Thing.
Wow. That's so cool.
But yeah, this one, I forgot who the other songwriter is, but Mike Viola, I know, did like a large portion of it. And like, the songs are so good in this movie.
Their songs are so good. And you know, there's so many things I wanted to text you. You can still hear me, right? I thought I heard a weird cutting out.
No, we're good.
There's so many things I wanted to text you when I was watching it. And I'm like, I just got to write them down and save it. But like when, I don't remember the song, but you'll know which one I'm talking about. John C. Reilly sings like a ballad towards the beginning, but he's already like kind of becoming a famous artist. It might be like a duet or something. Well, but it's so, his voice is beautiful.
Is it the, hold on. I think I know. I have a guitar.
Oh shit, he's going to play. He's going to play for us.
I have a perfect life. You are the perfect wife. I don't know why.
Yes.
I sit and cry.
Oh, what's the chorus though? It's like the,
darling, you must believe I could never leave you if I tried.
Yes.
A life without you is no life at all.
that one.
Nick, anytime you want on this podcast to pick up your guitar and sing,
I got it ready.
It's just, oh man, you're still, you know, one of my favorite singer-songwriters that I've heard, let alone gotten to play with and then become friends with. So
Thanks,
you're a talent, man.
I feel the same way.
That's really sweet.
About you, not about me.
I will get to those bass recordings very soon. Don't worry.
Yeah,
I haven't forgotten.
Great. But yeah, no, that song is like, I actually listened to it the other day, just like from the soundtrack, just to be like, God, that song's great. That song, and there's another one when he's in his Brian Wilson phase.
Mm-hmm. We'll get to that. We'll get to that for sure.
Okay, I'll hold off. But
okay. You can say it now, but I want to get to that part in the movie.
There's another one where he, like in that phase where like Darlene is like, you have to quit the drugs and, you know, you have to take a break. And he's like, I will do that. And then he like slips. He's like, what's in your mouth?
Yeah.
It's PCP.
He's literally having the conversation about quitting. And he says, I'll quit, and literally slips more drugs into his mouth while
what's in
making
your mouth?
eye contact
Gum.
with her.
You're not chewing gum.
It's
PCP.
But I did want to say about that song that you just performed beautifully.
Oh yeah, sorry.
No, don't be. When he sings it, I was just like, I was blown away with John C. Reilly as a vocal talent. Like,
oh my God.
I always knew he could sing. Like, didn't he sing in Step Brothers? He sings that opera piece, or did he play drums?
That's right. No, he played drums, and
he
Will
played
Ferrell
drums,
sang.
and Will sang. But I knew John Reilly could sing.
Yeah,
but
he's an incredible singer.
His voice was so.
I have a record here of his.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's so cool.
He put out last year, and it's so good.
I want to hear it.
It's unbelievable. It's like old standards and a bunch of Tom Waits songs, but
his
it's incredible.
Like beautiful, pure tenor, like tone was just, it was amazing. And what struck me about it was like, there are people that have a funny speaking voice, but then you hear them sing and you realize that they were meant to sing.
Yeah.
and meant to do comedy. Like their funny voice actually translates better to music than it maybe does to a speaking voice. And you know how John C. Reilly has kind of a marshmallow in his throat, a little bit of a Kermit thing.
Yeah.
That turns into a beautiful tenor, pure tone when he sings. And it's so interesting. It makes you think about like Rufus Wainwright. He has that same kind of like velvety, like there's almost a little marshmallow stuck in there, but it's like all the better for it. And I just was like, I was blown away. And I'm like, another reason why Judd is the greatest, because I think a shitty comedy producer wouldn't have used people's talents to the best of their abilities, or like even looked for the music to be that good. But it was,
they went above and beyond, and like
so good. Yeah.
And like John C. Reilly, I can't imagine anybody else really doing those songs. Like it's perfect.
It's perfect. And it's like, it's a little am I forgetting like the most famous person of all time?
Johnny
Cash. It's a little John Rambo.
Well, and that song, that one, that A Life Without You is no life at all. That's a like supposed to be a Roy Orbison song.
Is that a famous song, or was it written for the movie?
No. That's written for the movie, but it's supposed to be in the style of Roy Orbison. So like Walk Hard, it's in the style of Johnny Cash. Then they do there's like throwbacks to Roy Orbison's life as well. There's obviously like Brian Wilson. Like it's a whole mix of stuff. Even like the storyline is like Johnny Cash's brother actually like died from a table saw incident.
Oh wow, so it's kind of similar.
And so there's like they kind of like, that's a little insensitive to make fun of.
but it's if it's funny, go for it. That's what I think.
Sure.
My wife and I were watching this Christmas. We kind of had like an earlier family Christmas, and we got home and it was still like 7 or 8 o'clock, and it was like still Christmas. So we were like, we should watch something. So we like played Yahtzee and watched these old Christmas specials from like the 1960s, and it was like Johnny Cash Christmas special. And he would bring on musical guests and have all these skits, and like there would be like bits between Bob Newhart and like the other comedians. It was really funny. But some of the stuff didn't age well and was really weird racially and cringy and stuff like that. But certainly. Roy Orbison's voice was just gorgeous. My God. It was awesome. I didn't really know of him besides like his couple of really big hits,
like Pretty Woman, and
but he performed Pretty Woman, and it was just beautiful. I was like,
I mean, Roy Orbison's one of those artists where every time I hear Roy Orbison, I'm like, he is genuinely, I think, probably the best to ever do it. Like, just
that's cool,
just incredible. But then I never really like reach for his songs, but like every time I do, I'm like, God, why don't I listen to this more? Because he's just so good. And I feel like that song is such a good representation of that, because like, I mean, you even made a note of it in the movie, and the movie has a lot of really good songs in it, but like that song stands out as being like so incredible. And it's because it's like the one that's supposed to be in the style of not George Harrison, Roy Orbison.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I'm tempted to tell a story that isn't mine, and I literally just heard on a podcast that just came out, but it's really funny and it's short.
All right.
This is going to be really lame because I'm not Mike Birbiglia, but I just heard him tell this story on a podcast. His aunt, I think, used to go see Frank Sinatra like perform back in the 60s or something with like groups of other teenage girls. And they were so excited. And then they like, after the show, they stood by the stage door and they waited for him to come outside. And they like, once he came outside, they were like kind of all huddled around him and were saying nice things. And he pushes them out of the way and he goes, "Get out of my way, you fat pigs."
Oh my God.
And then he gets in his limo.
Uh-oh.
So that's always the kind of like the things you have to reckon with all these amazing older artists where you're like, oh, like they have the most beautiful voice in the world. But then you hear stories like that and you're like, oh
God, there's so many. There's so many. And like, yeah, I mean,
Get out of my way, you fat pigs is wild.
You know, probably not great. Probably not a great thing to say.
Who knows what the body type of any of these people were? Like, they could have been very skinny. They could have been bigger, but like, it doesn't
guaranteed
matter.
He wasn't paying attention to that.
No, he wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. No, certainly not. But yeah, no, I think that, you know, all the classic artists, unfortunately, have moments in their history where
it's
just like, oh no, oh God.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunately the way that it is. But yeah, man.
Do you want to talk about the scene where he cuts his brother in half real quick?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. So I was trying to be like a good viewer because I hadn't seen the movie in a long time, and I don't even know if I saw the entire movie. So it was kind of like watching it the first time. And that scene where his brother says, all right, let's go out and have some fun. Like, nothing bad's going to happen to us today.
Ain't nothing terrible going to happen today.
And so obviously as a viewer, you're told something terrible is going to happen, but you don't know what it is. And in the next couple shots, they're like using like a steel, they're like polishing steel with a dangerous tool. And then like they're playing with a snake, and then they're like, you know, chasing
with a bull.
Yeah. And so all this really dangerous stuff. So I thought I was being clever, and I was like, oh, I bet what these comedy writers are going to do is they're going to show all these dangerous stuff, and he's actually going to die in like a really safe way. So I was ready for him to be killed by like an eraser or like something just like really safe.
Right.
And then I realized, okay, no, the funnier thing is actually to be killed by a machete and cut in half. I wrote in my notes in all caps, I'm halved. I'm screaming, which is part quote and part me reacting. I was screaming, like I was just like, this guy cut his brother in half.
I'm cut in half pretty bad.
I'm cut in half pretty bad. And then the doctor was like, you know what? I did what I could. I tried to attach his bottom half to his top half, and the bottom half didn't really align properly with the top half. So there's not much more I can do. And then what does the dad say?
It was way more simple than that.
It was simple than that. And what does the dad say?
We were unable to attach the top half of his body to the lower half of his body. Speak English, doc. We ain't scientists. Like that's so good.
Like, you know what I was thinking in that scene? I was like, the movie could end right here, and this could be a short film. We couldn't even get into the music part, and I was like, I would watch this over and over. It's so funny.
Yeah, but then you don't get like,
no, I know, but the whole film is just
he's supposed to be like 13 or whatever, but he's just a fully grown John C. Reilly.
This was post Elf. So I was going to say Elf probably inspired that bit of it a little bit, like watching huge Will Ferrell's body in a tiny little chair in a classroom was, it makes me wonder if like Elf also inspired like the show Pen 15.
I don't think I ever saw that.
It's great. It's like middle school girls that are played by like 35-year-olds. But all the rest of the kids in the show are actual middle schoolers.
Huh.
They cast like, so it's like, it's uncomfortable because it's like, is there going to be a kiss scene between like a 35-year-old actor and like a 12-year-old? I don't think they ever like cross the line in that way, but it's really funny.
That's good.
I think it's well done. It's very funny.
Sure.
But
I remember hearing about it, but I don't watch a lot of stuff.
That's all right. I watch the stuff I like, and then I kind of rewatch it a lot. And so I have to kind of force myself. This podcast is a wonderful way to like force myself to watch things that are very related to the things that I like, but I may not have seen them since I was a kid. So it's very exciting.
Yeah.
Like Kicking It. My friend Cole wants to watch Kicking and Screaming, and I'm just like, when have I seen that? I definitely saw it in the theater when I was like in middle school or something.
That's the Will Ferrell soccer dad movie.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I don't think I ever saw that one, but
Yeah.
that's awesome. No. Yeah. I feel like there are things that I have watched a million times. One of them being Walk Hard. It's like Walk Hard and Lost. I could talk about for days.
Yeah.
But like that's about it. Otherwise, I can talk about music as much as you want. But like,
Yeah.
if you want to talk about the Lost finale, I got you covered. But yeah, no, there's something. I think the thing with this movie too is like it's a perfect intersection with like my music nerdness,
Yeah.
and then like my love of like the dumbest possible comedy. Like it's so like this movie is so profoundly stupid, and I love
Yeah,
that.
it's so good.
Like the
It's so
jokes where
good.
Kristen Wiig is just like, I'm Dewey's 12-year-old girlfriend. Or like when there's a famous person playing themselves in the movie and he's just like, they like call them by their full name. Like, thanks so much, Patrick Duffy.
Oh my God.
Or whatever.
Don't look now. The suits from the record company are here. And then the camera pans over and it's a bunch of Orthodox Jews. I was screaming. That's so funny. What a clever joke. That could be like a one-liner in like Family Circus, and I would hang it on my wall. It's brilliant. It's
and the
so
fact
good.
that their names are like horribly stereotypical. I had to remind myself, I'm like, I'm pretty sure the people who wrote this are Jewish.
Are Jewish,
so, like,
yeah.
so it's like a little different.
Honestly,
but
if I found out as a half Jew, if I found out that they weren't Jewish, I'd be like, come on, this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's brilliant. And also let's talk about who played the Orthodox Jews. One of them was Harold Ramis.
Harold Ramis.
The other one was Martin Starr, who played Bill on Freaks and Geeks. And I didn't recognize the third guy, but
I didn't either.
there was a lot of let's talk about a couple other guest appearances. So Craig Robinson played a character named Bobby Shad.
Yep.
Do you know where Judd Apatow got the name Bobby Shad? And I'm
No.
such an Apatow nerd that I knew this before. I didn't even Google it. I just knew it.
Okay.
That's his grandfather's name.
No way.
Judd
Really?
Apatow's grandfather is this guy named Bobby. I think his name is Bobby. Bobby, it's something Shad, but I think it's Bobby Shad. And he was a record producer and produced like a bunch of like the Motown and like
What?
60s R&B hits from like, but like out of LA. So maybe not Motown, but like, like the, modern 60s
Yeah.
old school stuff.
The Phil Spector-ish kind of
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah. So Bobby Shad did a bunch of those. And so, Apatow actually comes from like a weirdly musical lineage, which is,
I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
and, well, actually, can I go on a quick tangent about Apatow and music and his stuff?
Yeah.
So, I always loved Freaks and Geeks as a kid, and especially because I was like a rock and roll kid, right? So I loved Van Halen and all these bands that were, their music was often featured. There are like 5 or 6 Van Halen songs in the course of 18 episodes of Freaks and Geeks. There's 4 Billy Joel songs. There's like 3 or 4 Cream songs. So it's like they used music constantly, and they must have spent a shitload because it's really expensive to get music on a show, but it's so good.
Was Joan Jett,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So like, I mean, that alone.
Yeah. But I, not a couple years ago, in like 2019, I purchased the masterclass of Judd Apatow because I was really curious what he talked about. And I thought a lot of his advice was really good, but I think the one that stuck with me most was his chapter on how to effectively use music in your movie. And he just talked about, I wish I had like kept some of the specifics of what he said, but like he just talked about like how important it is to like pick the right song because it just like totally makes a moment. And it made me think about I think the best use of this in Freaks and Geeks is there's an episode where Bill, his mom starts dating the gym teacher.
Oh yeah.
And it's like such a traumatic thing for Bill. And there's this, I don't know what song it is, but it's an old like 70s rock ballad that's like really kind of like, it's kind of sad and dark and heavy. And it like, Rain on Me.
Oh yeah.
Is that by The Who or something?
I don't remember who did Rain on Me.
But it's it's such a perfect like use of music to capture mood. And so I feel like it is The Who.
Mm-hmm.
So this movie is like just like Judd in his element, like using music in a really amazing, not that he's, he didn't write all of it, but I feel like as a producer, he's really good at kind of green lighting the most amazing use of music. And I wonder if that talent comes from having a grandfather who's like an amazing musician. Like,
that would make sense.
Yeah.
I think, like that's, if it's, that deeply kind of embedded in your DNA, I would imagine you'd kind of know what song needs to kind of meet the moment in the movie. And they do such a good job at that. Like,
it's so good.
When he's like when he's like in his middle Dewey phase or whatever, like that was early Dewey, this is middle Dewey. And then they he's writing guilty as charged. Mm-hmm. Like that's such a good point for like the drug downward spiral.
Yeah.
Like the bad boy, and he's got like the black suit on, and like, and like Guilty as Charged is such a good. It's a good song in general, but like to meet that moment in the movie, it's like perfect.
Yeah.
It's got that kind of outlaw gunslinger vibe, and it's just
so good,
so awesome.
It's all so good. And when I was watching it, I don't think I quite knew that the concept of the movie was not going to stay on Johnny Cash.
Yeah. No, it goes all over. Like it's just it's like the history of music, which is incredible.
It's like the history of like 20th century American music in particular. Right. It's like really, because they mention the Beatles, but like I feel like most of the artists that he's modeled after are American.
Mm-hmm.
And
which
like
the Beatles scene, I mean,
the Beatles scene is
talk about that for a moment.
Amazing.
It's like one of the most iconic scenes in the movie is.
So Jack Black was
Paul McCartney.
And George Harrison was Justin Long, right? Because he's like the hot one.
Yes, yeah, and then Paul Rudd is
Great
John
casting.
Lennon, and Jason Schwartzman is Ringo.
Yeah.
And God,
they gave him a weird teeth job for that scene, didn't they? Like Ringo.
I don't know.
I feel like they messed with his mouth a little bit, or I was trying to figure it out.
I don't remember that. I mean, they gave him like a I don't know, but
so good.
That's another example of like this whole movie is really like they love to spell out the joke for you, and I love that. Where it's just like this tent reminds me of, it's so dark, it reminds me of the dark clubs we used to play in Hamburg. Do you remember that, Paul? And he goes, of course I do. I booked them. I'm the leader of the Beatles.
It's brilliant. Jack White as Elvis.
Jack White as Elvis is so good too.
Frankie Muniz played Buddy Holly.
Yeah, that's another one where it's just like, it's like spelling the joke out, where it's just like, you'll be just fine, Dewey Cox, or my name isn't Buddy Holly.
Oh, it was amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so good. There's so many examples of like that style of joke. And it's the same as just like, ain't nothing bad gonna happen during this long, long life of mine.
Yeah. And oh man, there's another joke that it's when Tim Meadows is offering him drugs in various scenes.
Yes.
And he's like, trust me, man, you don't want this weed. Like, what does it do? Is it bad? It's like, no, it makes sex better. Am I going to, like,
I don't want to get addicted to it. It's not habit forming.
It's not habit forming. It's just,
it sounds expensive. It's the cheapest drug there is.
Yeah. And, so there's a part in the movie where he takes LSD and it basically turns him into Brian Wilson.
Yeah.
And I'm a big Wilson head. I really do love
Me too.
Brian's kind of one of my main guys in music. And I also love the history of him kind of like struggling and having mental health stuff, and like how weird it was that he was this rich guy living in a house with long hair, and he was like one of the most famous people in the world, but he's kind of like wigging out a little bit for quite a while, and and then he kind of came back, and I just like, it's like what an amazing tale of a human being, and I just, he made such an impact on me. I cried so much when he passed away.
Yeah.
But to see him depicted in kind of a realistic way for such a silly comedy, I was like, they're really nailing Brian Wilson. And everything, my impression of it was they actually, in my opinion, they weren't doing a parody of Pet Sounds. They were doing a parody of Smile.
Smile. Yeah, it was Smile.
Which is the weirdest part for me. Maybe I'm getting this timeline wrong, but this movie's from 2007, right?
I think so. 2007 or
2007.
Yeah.
The official Beach Boys Smile record that was like the official one was released 2011. So actually
Right.
four years later than that. So like people had an awareness of Smile, but I feel like like Smile wasn't even like as big a thing until like 2011 when it was like released and people kind of knew the whole story.
You had to be such a Beach Boys head to
You
know
had to
anything
be.
about it. And like, you know, there's Smiley Smile, and that was like an official release. But
exactly.
it wasn't, and like they put out, I think it was like Good Vibrations was like the one where he like really.
And specifically, Smile was this weird record where Brian Wilson met this guy named Van Dyke Parks. And he was like this young, like poet dude, but
Yeah,
none
yeah.
of his lyrics made any sense. And they're like, if you listen to Smile, it's like the most amazing music you've ever heard, but the lyrics are like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
I prefer the lyrics of Asher, Tony Asher, the guy that did all the
Yes.
lyrics for
Pet Sounds
Pet
and-
Sounds. Like those lyrics are, you know, stood the test of time. Van Dyke Parks, fun. I like it a lot. It's weird as hell.
Yeah,
And
it's that whole record is like Heroes and Villains is such a weird song.
so weird. Yeah. But there's a
Maybe
scene.
that's the song they were doing in this movie. But yeah.
Right. There's a song in actually wait, I have this Judd Apatow book that just came out, and in the chapter about Walk Hard, there's they have all the lyrics to that one song. Let me find it. It'll be perfect.
To the Beach Boys one?
The Beach Boys one.
Oh my god.
I wanna
it's
read
so
it.
funny. It's so
Okay.
funny.
So here it is.
Half
Okay.
the size as I used to be.
So this is their song called Royal Jelly, which it
Oh
has
yeah,
to be
Royal Jelly's a good one too.
it has to be the one that this is the one that is Van Dyke Parks vibes.
This is Royal Jelly is a Bob Dylan.
Oh, that's a real song?
Yeah, it's on the soundtrack.
Oh, because one of the lyrics is rim job fairy teapots mask the temper tantrum.
Oh, say
Like-
can't you see him? Yeah.
Okay.
That's so when these like there's the scene where they're like a lot of people are saying your new music sounds like Bob Dylan. He's like, maybe Bob Dylan sounds a lot like Dewey Cox. How come nobody asked that? And then it goes right to like a hard cut to him being like, mailboxes drip like lampposts in the twisted birth canal of the Coliseum.
Oh, funny. So at the end of this song, at the end of these lyrics, Royal Jelly, it says in the page, it says written by Dan Byrne. Who's Dan Byrne?
Dan Byrne's the other songwriter. So it's Mike Viola and Dan Byrne. I don't remember. I don't know much about
I
Dan
thought you
Byrne.
said it was a Bob Dylan song.
Oh no, it's supposed to be in the style of Bob Dylan.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Dan Byrne and Mike Viola wrote the songs for this, and I think Dan Byrne is kind of the more instrumental, or not like Americana kind of guy, and you know, Mike Viola is like a much more grandiose melodic
Sure.
writer.
That's funny.
But yeah, no, that, oh my God, that there was a point in time where I knew all of the lyrics to that song.
That's so
And-
cool.
And like,
Rim job fairies.
stuffed cabbage is the darling of the laundromat.
Oh my God. So
I love-
random.
I love it cuts to the band on like the side of the stage being like, what is he singing about? I have no idea. And then Tim Meadows just like, you guys are idiots. This song is very deep.
So now, since I have the Walk Hard chapter open in this book, I want to read, I hope I don't get in trouble for reading a couple sentences word for word by the copyright police, but Judd says, when the film came out, it opened to less than $3 million in the box office. My daughter watched me take the call and said that the sad look that overtook my face was the most traumatic experience of her childhood.
Oh my God.
It really made me sad that almost nobody went, but as it happens more often than you can imagine, over time this became a huge cult, classic that is talked about every time someone attempts a new biopic.
Mm-hmm.
People like Robert Plant walked up to John and told him how much they loved it. So it's like, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Like, and it's, you know what, story as old as time with these Judd things. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Freaks and Geeks like was not well received. They had to like
No.
beg for more episodes the whole time.
Right.
Just like the first season of The Office or whatever, they like couldn't get any episodes and they had to, you know, beg networks for it. But
Right. Yeah. No, I didn't see it until it was on DVD. I didn't even know it existed.
what, Walk Hard?
And then Walk Hard. And then I used to be in this band called The Person and the People, and we had a practice space in a building called Profile Music Center, which is
I used to practice in there.
it's now demolished. May it rest in peace. But we like lived there. Like
Yeah.
genuinely, like we would go to work and then just go back to the practice space, and we would just hang out and play like Mario Kart 64 and watch Walk Hard. Like that was pretty much like all we did.
When you should have been rehearsing, or
We also practiced like a lot, but like not the amount of time we would spend playing music to the amount of time we would spend just like smoking weed and watching Walk Hard is largely in favor of smoking weed. And
I bet
watching
your
Walk
music
Hard.
was all the better for it though. Like
It was really good.
it sounds like
It
you
was-
guys were inspired. Like that's cool.
honestly, like the music that we wrote at that time was so bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
It was so strange and like really interesting. But like we never released it because we just never felt like it was ready. And like listening back to it now, I'm just like, we should have put that out. That stuff's really cool.
Damn, I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, it's cool. I think we were just like, there was all this like pressure kind of back in the day of like doing things the right way, quote unquote. And
Yeah.
like, I never really thought that there was, I was always like, we recorded these songs like in our practice space. Let's just put them out. They sound good. And they're like, no, we have to like go to a studio and we need to get them professionally done. And then we would do it and it would sound like shit.
Yeah.
And so then we would just not put it out.
Oh.
So eventually we shed that and we put out music, but
I've recorded some gems that haven't been released too. It's a
mountain
bad
of them.
feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get it.
Or
But,
when you record with a band and then they like, yeah, I'm shouting out a band that I used to play with, but we recorded an entire double record, and they released like 5 singles, and that's it.
and
I'm
then
just
you got
like-
like 20 other
I like
songs. that
lived
are
at
sitting there.
Pachyderm with them for like a couple weeks doing that shit. Like,
Oh my God.
I was bummed out. I'm like, oh, man, the songs were good.
Dude, I mean, I feel like that's the plight of the session musician is just like, we worked for like a full week on these songs. How come like there's an album out by like kind of a major guy that I did the sessions for, and like I probably played like every instrument on like 10 to 15 of his songs over like the course of a few days. And like really like those songs were good. I remember them. Like they were really cool.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of really cool stuff. And then the record came out and there was one of the songs.
Really?
Yeah. And I was just like, what did...
You said it was a famous guy. Was it Ludacris?
It was Ludacris. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Let me put a little bit of excitement up in your lifestyle. You got to know that times of the essence. I'm talking right now. That guy?
I wrote that. Yeah, that was me. Don't look into that.
I wanted to
but yeah.
do the whole verse, but I'm not going to do that.
No, yeah. But yeah, no. So it's so weird. It's so weird when that happens. But I feel like that's a universal experience, unfortunately, for people who get hired to play music.
Yeah, it happens.
To tie it back to Walk Hard, like the soundtrack to this
Yeah.
movie has a ton of songs that didn't even make it.
Oh, so I haven't listened to the soundtrack yet. I
It's
just,
so good. Like, I mean, there's some of them where I'm like, I can see why they didn't put that in
Yeah.
the movie, because it's like, that's frankly kind of offensive and would age
Oh.
the movie quite poorly. But like some of the songs that aren't like joke songs,
I felt like the movie aged pretty well.
they
trying to-
did.
I'm trying to think of a scene that I'm like, oh, this is canceled now, but
The director's cut, as I was watching it, because it's been a while since I've seen that. The director's cut, I was like, oh, I see why they cut some of this stuff out. There's a lot of male nudity in that as well. Like,
oh yeah, and I love that it's like
excessive.
very average size penises too. I'm just like,
and like
go
front and
off,
center,
kings.
front and center for like the director's cut has it going for like 3 times as long too. Like it's just right in your
full
face.
frontal. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to mention who the director is, a guy named Jake Kasdan.
Mm-hmm.
And the significance of that name is he directed the pilot of Freaks and Geeks.
Oh, I didn't realize.
Yeah. So he's a cool director. I don't know how famous he is and how likely I can get him on, but if I can talk to him, that'd would be
neat.
cool.
I'm putting it out there for you.
Jake, if you're listening.
You got to manifest it.
Yeah, I will. I'll put him on my vision board. What is it called?
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that that's what it's called?
Yeah, sure. That's a method of manifestation.
Yes.
Is using a vision board. There are many ways.
We would be remiss to not talk about Jenna Fisher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's so good.
She's so good. And I felt like I finally am getting to see her like go full Jenna. Like it was just like, she was really not holding back.
No.
And her character on The Office is intentionally reserved.
Right.
But it was really fun to see her just kind of be kind of wild.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, this is fun.
And like,
really fun.
Like seeing her in like a slapstick comedy role is so,
yes.
She's so good at it. Like
She's really good. Yeah.
So natural.
She's such a good actress. Yeah. So good.
For like her singing parts, did you know that was Kristen Wiig?
Her Jenna Fisher's singing parts were sung by Kristen Wiig?
Yeah, when she's singing, it's actually Kristen Wiig singing.
I didn't know who it was, but I knew it wasn't Jenna Fisher. Like I could tell that it just wasn't her voice. But I assumed they hired a singer, but
Kristen Wiig.
That's funny because Kristen Wiig plays the other woman.
The first first wife.
Funny.
Yeah. Which also she's incredible. She's so good.
Oh, it's just painful to watch those scenes where she's like raising the kids and he's just like not doing anything. And it reminded me of that amazing episode of SpongeBob where SpongeBob and Patrick take care of that like baby pearl together, that baby clam. I saw that one. They like raise a baby clam together and like Patrick doesn't do any of the. And so Patrick is like, I can't help, I can't help you around the house because I have work. I've got a job to do. And then he like leaves the house and then he finds out, SpongeBob finds out that the reason that his briefcase is actually filled with chocolate bars. And he's been just going to his own house to take a nap, not going to work at all.
Oh God.
But it's like these comedy movies and shows can really, can do a good job at making men feel really bad about toxic masculinity things. And I think Anchorman did a great job of that too, even though it's like it's kind of a sexist movie, but I think if you watch it with the right lens, you can be a man and learn something from it, or you can kind of recognize the sexism and the intentional sexism, and
it's blatantly making fun of toxic masculinity.
Absolutely. But I could see how like someone who maybe doesn't see it that way could be offended by some of the jokes. And I have empathy for that too. But I think it's cool to watch the movie in the lens where you're just like, oh, like what a cool opportunity for men to kind of make fun of their own bad behavior. That's
how I always saw those kind of jokes about it. But like the other side of it, unfortunately too, is that it like kind of emboldens the people who are so set in their like toxic masculine ways.
It's like, it's a tough question, right? Yeah. Right.
Like there's the people who kind of made, Anchorman like their personality because they thought that they were being serious and like, oh, well, that's like what I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, no, they were making fun of you, man. Like you're just like playing into the bit.
Yeah. So I talked about that on my Anchorman podcast with my friend Morgan Gray, which is when I was a kid, I was like, oh, these guys are awesome because they're being funny. And I think the sexism stuff was a little over my head. And when I watched it like a couple weeks ago, I was really shocked and kind of horrified, like very horrified by all of the men's behavior in the movie. Right. But I also was like, oh, what a cool lens. It's almost like an All in the Family lens of racism where it's like we're doubling down on it and that's the joke. Like that's the idiot. And I watch Anchorman now and I'm like, oh my God, those four guys are like the biggest losers I've ever seen. Like they don't even know how to talk to a woman. They're just pathetic. But I think a lot of young men, unfortunately, probably got the wrong messaging from a movie like that. Right. Yeah. And like with Walk Hard, like I
I don't feel like they left it up for too much interpretation to make you be on Dewey's side. You know, like it's just where it's just like it's unrealistic for me to be here every time you give birth. Like like that's like not
God.
a cool thing to do or say.
No,
like,
no. It's
and like I'm gonna miss some birthdays, and like he's like consistently a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Throughout the entire movie, and like there's a scene right when he's like getting political, you know, and then it's like his kid's birthday party, and then Jenna Fisher comes in and is just like, we're about to like cut the cake, and he's just like, I can't be at some birthday party when there's so many like injustices in the world. I need to like I've been focusing too much on myself, and I need to think about other people. And she's like,
Yeah.
You mean like your family? And he's like, No.
I'm so glad. So I'm glad to be able to talk with you about this, because you can actively quote all these parts that I want to be able to reference, but I've only seen it the once.
Right.
I started the extended director's cut this morning, but I only got like 30 minutes in, and so far there isn't anything different. But
okay, yeah. There's like little things like the montage of them as like kids is a little longer, and like the song that they play is a little longer. Like there's like tiny little bits that they extend. Well, and then there's a few added scenes like later on, but yeah.
You're my walk hard what do you call it? Expert, yes. I was trying to find like a cooler word than that. I want to go over some I want to go over some lyrics that I wrote down that was so brilliant. In my dreams, you're blowing me some kisses. And then you and I could go down in history.
That's right.
That was really funny. I'm gonna beat off all my demons. That one really got me. I just want to make out what you're saying. Right. That's funny. You can always come in my back door.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
And the fact that the song is "Let's Duet."
Yeah. Let's duet
in ways that make us feel good.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so funny.
Wait. So how much do you know about who wrote the lyrics to all these songs?
That I don't know too much about.
Because
I just know those two guys wrote the songs.
I wonder, did Apatow write any of these lyrics, or did Jake Kasdan write any of these? I
don't think so. I think like they gave the songwriters direction. I don't remember too much about.
Because you, as a comedy writer, you basically are. If you're putting it in the hands of the songwriter, you're kind of like expecting them to be on like a comedy level, right? Like you're really, truly expecting Mike Viola to be a full comedian, because the lyrics are just as important as the dialogue in this movie. Right. So that's like, I am very curious. No need to Google it right now. I'll find out later, but so fun.
No, yeah. I don't remember I know that Mike Viola wrote like a lot of the lyrics.
I wrote down another part in the movie that I liked. It was the scene where Dewey promises to stop doing drugs, and in the same sentence, he puts the PCP in his mouth.
Right, yeah, we talked about that already.
Yeah. And then he says, I'm going to town. And he like goes to like the center of whatever small town they're in. And then Jenna Fisher says, Dewey, get off that building. It's inappropriate.
It's inappropriate. And as my favorite part about that scene, other than like to keep going back to the music, like the song that's playing on that is genuinely like one of the best songs in the whole movie, and like they don't even pay attention. Like there's nothing.
Because I probably didn't pay attention to it because of the scene was so funny.
It's so good. It's like genuinely an incredible song. But my favorite part about that scene is when she's being like, "That's it, Dewey Cox. Like I'm leaving you. Like you're breaking my heart." And then you just hear him in the background going like, "Ka, ka, I'm a god." Like just faintly in the background, just hear him like just making weird bird sounds.
Man.
Like, oh man, yeah, that scene is so funny.
I think I just texted you after I finished, like, bravo. Like I feel like this movie needs to be in the same sentence as like Spinal Tap, all of like the great music comedies. But I feel like those are the best two that I've ever seen. This one and Spinal Tap are the best two.
Those two and A Mighty Wind
And A Mighty Wind. Yeah, Mighty Wind's really special. Yeah.
Are kind of like, you know, the three for me. But yeah, like
but I could see Christopher Guest approving of this movie.
it's just, yeah.
It's brilliant.
It's a little like, it's almost like Naked Gun levels of silly, you know, which I love. Like I am such a fan of.
Yeah, it's not as like intelligent, dry humor as Christopher Guest, but it's still really smart.
It is profoundly stupid, and I love that.
It's
but, like,
stupid but smart. It's weird.
Right? Yeah. It's a fine line where you can like it has to be like very stupid to the point where it circles around to being clever.
Jonah Hill as the brother.
Oh my God. You got no sense of smell? Got no sense of smell? I got no sense of having legs.
You know, when I was watching Superbad when I was in middle school, I thought to myself, I think that like the bigger kid in that movie, I think that guy's going to be like a big star. And he like, I don't know if he like won an Oscar, but he like definitely became like a serious actor.
Yeah. He got, I mean, yeah, he really did. There's so many people in that movie now.
Funny.
John C. Reilly at the time was kind of just like a random
theater actor.
Character actor. Like, you know, he had done like, you know, Boogie Nights and a bunch of Paul Thomas Anderson stuff, but like as a lead role, he hadn't really done a lot.
You know, John C. Reilly was kind of a big, respected theater actor.
Mm-hmm, right.
And he was on Broadway in a production of that Sam Shepard play. What's the one where, it's the one where the actors traditionally change roles every other night.
Oh, I don't know about
so there's
that
one that's like the kind of hard around the edges brother, and the other one is the other brother that has like the opposite personality. Mm-hmm. And so him and Philip Seymour Hoffman played those roles every other night. So if you went to Broadway and got tickets 3 nights in a row, you could see John Reilly switch roles 2 times.
Wow.
With Philip Seymour Hoffman.
That's so cool.
It would have been amazing. Oh my God. I don't know if that was like in the late 90s or something like that, but it sounds really cool.
Yeah, that's amazing. Can I just take a quick like 2-second break? I gotta run to the bathroom real quick.
Oh yeah.
Go 1 second. Yeah, where did we leave off? I'm sorry.
I totally don't know.
Okay. Well, what do you have in your notes?
I noticed his hairstyle in the 70s. It looked like one of the scenes he was like had like Jim Morrison hair.
Kinda, yeah.
Like just for a couple minutes, it's like when he was shirtless and had the hair, and I thought it was like looked like that iconic Jim Morrison picture.
Sure.
But in the next scene, he was wearing like a tracksuit, and his hair was still kind of longer, but it didn't look Jim Morrison anymore. It almost looked like you know, the guy from Three's Company or something.
Yeah, I love that 70s era for him when he's doing like the show.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. When he
and they do like all the
show.
Disco versions of all the other like popular songs.
Yeah, that was so good.
I think the theatrical cut has Starman, like the Bowie song Starman,
cool.
but like a disco version of it.
That's sick.
And it's so funny.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, I love that whole thing with like the variety show is very silly. In the director's cut, there's a great part where they're like, we gotta get like, I just got a call from CBS and they said they want to give you a show, you know, like the Osmonds or blah blah. And he's just like, I don't know. All right, you know what? I'll do it, but I need to get full creative control. And he just got his manager is just like, you won't have any creative control. And he's just like, all right, fuck it, I'll do it. Yeah. I'm bored.
That's so good.
Uh-huh.
Oh man.
Which I don't know. Like I feel like Johnny Cash had that, right? Like he had that kind of weird variety show in the 70s.
Well, I wonder if that's what the Christmas special was that I watched.
That was part of it for sure. I think he had a few, but there was somebody, I don't know who that specifically is referencing, but there was somebody who like had like disco versions of their popular songs and like would have to do like other popular songs of the era.
Yeah.
And like it was a pretty popular thing for musicians to do at that time, which is so funny to me.
The TV special.
And like, you know, every night after the local news, you get to watch Johnny Cash.
I mean, the Monkees, that was their thing, right?
They didn't have a variety show. That was just like
it was a TV show, right? Or like a fictional.
That's why they were
famous in the first place, right? Like,
they weren't a real band.
Oh,
I mean, they ended up being a real band because of the show.
Oh, but it was really just a show in the beginning.
Yeah, that was a TV show trying to be like, oh, what if there was like a fictional version of the Beatles?
Oh, that makes more sense.
And then they got up to like all these wacky hijinks. And so then it was the Monkees.
If you listen to the Boy Meets World podcast with the actors where they rewatch the episodes, there's some Boy Meets World episodes where they had some of the Monkees on. Mm-hmm. And like, there's some really funny behind the scenes stories with these guys. There's like a story about Justin Timberlake. It's great. It's worth listening to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah, no, the Monkees, I watched the Monkees all the time as a kid.
Really? Oh, I'd never seen it.
Oh yeah. It was like always on TV. Like if I had a sick day or something like that, like I would.
Oh shit. Was it like on TV Land or something? Or like Nick at Night?
I don't remember. Something.
I feel like I knew all the Nick at Night shows.
It was like, what was the local channel for us? I think it would have been like the WB or something.
Oh.
Like daytime television had the Monkees.
You grew up in Stillwater.
Partially. For the most part, I grew up in Stillwater. I think like when I was like a little kid, I lived in Chaska.
Okay.
And Chanhassen.
Nice.
And then we moved to Stillwater when I was in like 4th grade. Okay. There.
Stillwater is cute.
I love that. I love that town.
Really a sweet town. It's for people that don't know Minnesota, it's a town on the river.
The St. Croix River.
St. Croix River. It's like very idyllic and like it's like a water seaside town, but it's not a sea, it's a river.
Right. They claim it's the first city ever in Minnesota.
Interesting.
Which obviously isn't true, but it's, because there was people here before.
I remember it was one of the first cities that I heard about that a group of white supremacists were just openly walking around.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. Yeah. and then they became a huge logging town.
Interesting.
Which, if this was a different podcast, I have an interesting story about a lumber baron whose mansion I used to live in.
Can you tell it on this one?
Yeah, it's just not related at all.
I don't care.
I used to live in a mansion, which it should have been a red flag because like I had a single mom. Like, how can we afford a mansion? But it used to belong to a lumber baron named William Santry, which is essentially just like saying like, oh, I live in a mansion that was owned by somebody named Jeff Bezos. Like he was like that level of rich. Okay. Like he was one of the richest people in the country. And he was a lumber baron and he was not a good dude. And he ended up killing himself after the lumber industry like tanked.
Whoa.
And we lived in his house, and that house was haunted. Like I would be skeptic if I didn't experience these things, but it was like movie haunted.
Oh my God.
Like my little brother would like speak in tongues. There was like a part of the house that was always so cold you could see your breath, and there wasn't like central air or anything. Like there wasn't heat. Yeah. Like, so like it would be like 100 degrees outside. It would be like sweltering in the house, and you'd go up there and there wasn't walls. It was like a stairway up to like a little loft, and the loft was always so cold you could see your breath.
Oh my God.
And like the story that I tell about it, that like most accurately and concisely tells what living in this place was like.
Yeah.
Was like, so there was like a big dining room that was like a ballroom, because this mansion that we lived in, the guy owned 2, and this was like his party mansion. So like the dining room was genuinely a ballroom, and then like there's the ballroom, and then there's like a long hallway, and then our living room had these huge glass and heavy wood French doors. Like everything was like dark wood, and it was a lumber baron's mansion, so of course like everything's wood, but it's huge French doors. And they were always open. We would never close them. And then we were in the ballroom dining room talking about like what our plans were for the day, and the doors just slammed shut
Oh my God.
like on their own. And then this music started blaring, like full volume, like shaking the windows loud, like so loud.
What kind of music?
Well, so it was a Garth Brooks CD. And it was skipping, like it was just playing like the first like 5 seconds,
And
starting
no one
over,
had
playing.
been previously put that on or anything, or
I think it was in there, but like I don't know. I don't know why it was in there, but it was just like playing the first 5 seconds, starting over, playing the first 5 seconds, starting over. And so we went to go like open the doors and like turn off the music because it was like so incredibly loud.
yeah.
And like the doors wouldn't open. It was like somebody was holding it shut. And so like
Oh my
all of
God.
us go to pry the door open. We finally get it open. We go in there and the CD tray is open and the CD is just spinning in it. And so
That's so
we're
scary.
we're like trying to turn the volume down. The volume won't turn down. And so my brother's just like, whatever, I'll just turn it off. And then he goes to like unplug it from the wall and it wasn't plugged in.
Oh my. What?
Yeah.
The
And so we couldn't-
stereo wasn't plugged in?
No, nothing. There was no power to it.
Nick,
And so we just left. We just left the house.
can I like pay your copay? Like that?
You're gonna need more than you make. I can promise you
man,
that.
I don't have much right now. I can tell you that, but
Yeah,
oh my
none of us
Lord.
do. Yeah,
Can I-
no. So that's what living in Stillwater was like.
Oh my God. Can I ask, was your mom like dating this guy?
The
The guy whose house you lived in?
no, he died. In
Oh,
20s.
oh,
The lumber industry, like it was like the
oh, so
1800s.
you said you had a single mom
Mhm.
and
She bought
she
the house.
bought the house, but
Yeah.
you were making a point that your mom didn't have a lot at that time, so it was inexplicable like
It's-
why she could afford a mansion.
like a single mom with 4 kids buying a mansion in Stillwater, Minnesota, which is like
Right.
a affluent. Like
Isn't
it's-
like the JJ Hill mansion kind of near there, or
Yeah, that's another one. Oh no, I think that
was
might
that in
be
St. Paul?
I think that's St. Paul.
Probably.
But there's a bunch of mansions and stuff like that, like historic mansions. Like Jessica Lange lived down the street from us.
Oh, cool. My mom bought glasses with her one time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I went to school with her son.
Oh, cool.
But yeah, no, like it was like a pretty nice little historic, town. And then there was just this super haunted mansion that we lived in for like a year.
Dude, don't ever go on a podcast and like be like, oh, this is a gardening only podcast. I can't tell this incredible ghost story. Like, what are you doing? Like,
It's just not really relevant to
the
walk hard
only
at all.
reason you could do that is if you're like, hey, I have Mark Maron later this week. He's a real podcaster. I'm saving this story.
Right, yeah.
But
No,
Nick,
I'll tell it to everybody.
Nick, that's a killer right there.
Yeah, that's
Really, I think I'm recording the video. I don't know if I want to post what my face looked like during that story, but I was actually like, I got like hot flashes. I felt kind of cold at one point. That was a scary one.
that's not even scratching the surface of that place. We could do a whole episode of that place.
Should we? Bonus subscriber only.
Bonus up, yeah, for the Patreon. No, yeah, that place was wild. There's a lot.
God.
There's a lot, and like people who moved in after us also had story. Like I knew the daughter of the family. I went to school with her when they moved in, and she was like, my dad got like strangled by some guy, and like
What?
didn't like it wasn't like a real person,
It got like strangled by something.
by like a ghost. It was like it felt like hands,
Oh my God.
and like he couldn't breathe, and like there was a bunch of weird stuff.
Did
So
all this happen in Stillwater?
there's all this that happened in the same house. Yeah.
My God.
Like we moved out in the middle of winter, which
Wait.
like, in Minnesota, you don't really do. It was like January. It was like -20 outside and we moved. And we just got out and somebody else bought the house, and I think they were trying to renovate it, and then like somebody eventually did renovate that house. And I'm so curious to know what that was like.
Oh my God. So
When we moved in through, I'm sorry to keep going on. We
No.
moved in I like found a door to like this attic room.
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering this now. And there was just like a bunch of stuff that people just left there. Like there was like
Whoa.
a bunch of jackets that were like really cool and like a Nintendo and like I was like, cool, whatever, not thinking like, oh, somebody probably just abandoned this shit because they just left because this place is haunted.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh
no,
my
it was really
God.
weird. Yeah.
Thank you
Weird
for
stuff.
sharing that story.
The William Santry Mansion, if anybody wants to look it up.
Well, I was going to mention our friend Olivia was house sitting in I think a big old house in Stillwater recently and asked us if we wanted to come over. What if it was the same house?
You know what? It might, maybe. There's so many old historic, like all of Stillwater is old historic.
I want to like
houses.
go now. I want to go to Stillwater and just feel the ghost vibes.
I don't know if there's like a ghost tour, but there should be. There should be.
I feel like I've heard of something like that. I don't know.
It's William Santry used to have a mansion in a place that is now known as Pioneer Park.
Okay.
And it burned down. Someone burned it down. So like in the middle of the park, there's this huge dip, and that's because that used to be his basement. And
Ooh,
it,
I bet that is just the weirdest.
yeah, it's so
vibes
weird.
when
There's
you
a
go
bunch
over
of
there.
weird stuff there.
Ugh.
I know a lot about Stillwater, Minnesota. But anyway, do we want to talk about Walk Hard anymore?
There's two more notes that I had written down.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple of things I skipped. Like cocaine is the thing that makes Dewey invent punk rock, which is
Yeah.
really
Oh
funny.
my God, that's so good.
I loved that a lot.
Again, faster.
I smelt it,
Oh my God, I smelt it.
and then
It's so,
she screams, "It's a miracle!"
that part's so good. It's so good.
That was
It's
really funny.
just- it's so over the top. But yeah, when he gets his sense of smell back, that's so good.
And then the last one that I had written down. One thing I wanted to mention is one of the guy who plays piano in the recording sessions is a comedian named Matt Besser, and he's one of the founders of Upright Citizens Brigade.
No way.
Yeah, so he was one of the 4 on the TV show, but also one of the 4 that founded the school and the theater.
Oh, interesting.
Matt Besser, he plays a lot of like minor cameo roles and stuff.
Yeah, he also plays guitar in the band initially, right? Like
Yeah, I guess so. Yep.
yeah. He's like the guy who oh God. He has a lot of really good, like when they do Walk Hard, he's just like, Dewey, we don't know this song.
Yeah.
So you just follow me.
The very last thing I wrote down, which might be the most important, is that the rapper who samples his song at the end of the movie, his
Lil
name is
Nutsack?
Lil Nutsack.
Cox and Little Nutsack. What a package.
Oh man.
It's so good.
This movie like changed my life at age 32. It really,
It's so good.
I'm bummed I didn't like grow up on it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, it's a really fantastic movie. And like, you know, the more you kind of learn about like the history of, you know,
Music.
American music, like
Yeah.
the funnier it gets, because like there's just like you can pick out all the references and you're just like, that is so brilliantly done. Like
it's so good, man. It's so good. Thank you so much
like,
for
yeah.
the kind of reminder of that movie. Like,
Yeah.
I was gonna get to it at some point, but I'm glad I got to it sooner because
I'm glad
of you.
I got to do this one.
Let's do it. You want to do a little round of Let's Duet? Do you know it? No.
Nah, I'm good.
Wait, I mean, you graced our ears earlier with a different song, so we appreciate you.
Of course. I can do the riff to Walk Hard if you want.
Please. Should we send us out that way?
Yeah, here we go. Walk hard.
Nice.
hard down life's rocky road. Walk bold, hard, that's my creed, my code. And that's all I know. I think it goes to E. Really cute too.
Thank you, Nick.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me.
Apatow Nerd is created, hosted, recorded, edited, and mixed by me, Ethan Yeshaya. The lovely theme music was written and recorded by my dear friend Nick Costa. If you can connect me with someone who's worked with Judd Apatow or have an Apatow-related story, please send me an email at apatownerd@gmail.com. Stay curious, be funny, and we'll see you next time.